Hey team, what's going on? How's your week? I was reading an article on LinkedIn this morning about the decline of the elite MBA in North America. If you were around when the MBA craze started, maybe, 15 years ago when it really started to kick in and everybody was signing up for one, a lot of us were standing around looking at it and seeing some of the people that graduated from that program and shaking our heads a little bit in disbelief. Now, I got to be careful what I say here because I'm a big fan of education, but there's some definite distinct problems with the education system we'll get into in a moment. Now, first off, if you drill in on it, it's really all about how foreign enrollment in elite MBA programs is dropping. And they're blaming the tense relationships primarily between US and China for the drop. But it raises an interesting question. All these people are going through these programs and then finding that there are no more or better opportunities upon graduating. So my question to you is this: is it better to be knowledgeable or effective? Now, I'll take effective any day of the week, even if you're knowledgeable in areas that I have no clue about. When you're effective, that means it doesn't matter what challenge is being presented to you. You have the wit and the grit to conquer it. Why? Because what you learned is fundamentals. Now, as I've said, I'm a huge proponent in public education. But one of the problems with public education is that it behaves pretty much like a business. That is to say, they're going to respond most strongly to what the public wants. So it's not uncommon to sit around with a bunch of teachers and hear horror stories about kids who don't attend classes all year, hand nothing in, and when they find out they're getting a 0, they get another chance after the school year is over to resubmit all their work, and then they don't resubmit all their work, and a couple of calls to the school board or to a lawyer. Next thing you know, the kid's going home with a 51. If our education system is based on making kids feel safe and comfortable, they are neither going to be knowledgeable nor effective. So spending $50,000 or $100,000 on an elite graduate program is probably not going to help you much. And again, if you listen carefully, I place the blame squarely on the voting and the buying public. So here's how this applies to Agile. If you have it in your mind that you'll become a better leader, that you'll become more capable, or that you'll have better access to jobs and opportunities when blank, when you get your MBA, when you get your certification, then you're one of the 95%. The 95% who have all kinds of reasons and excuses why they can't start improving today. What I teach here are fundamentals. Those fundamentals you can pick up on now. Be visionary, set a vision for yourself, figure out how you serve, who you serve, and why. Start executing, break your plan into smaller pieces, set a timer, and commit meaningful work to creating done things each and every day that you're alive and breathing. Move the dial. Get gritty, get tough, learn to love failure because failure is your best teacher. Stick your neck out, get kicked in the teeth, pick up the pieces, and try again. Inspect and adapt, figure out your gaps, measure your performance, improve, and repeat. This is the simple stuff. When you're effective, it means that you can get results in just about any situation. You're not a master of any one particular category, but you're so highly competent in almost every category. And you're highly competent in a wide range of activities simply because you have learned the fundamentals. Life doesn't throw a lot of surprises anymore. There's no shortage of new ideas, programs, things to buy, books to read, TED Talks to watch, Harvard Business Review articles to read. And we read all these things and consume all these things, and somehow we're not better. The 95% of the people who are not willing to do what is required, which is to focus on the fundamentals, get yourself a vision, start executing, inspect and adapt frequently, and repeat. That's how you get capable. So having a metric butt ton of knowledge isn't useful unless you're applying it in the field. And it's only through applying it in the field, taking risks and learning from them, that you become effective. Because the lessons learned through doing are far more powerful, far more memorable, and therefore far more sticky than the ones that you learn by reading from a book. One doesn't learn to be a dancer by reading about it. You train to be a dancer by doing it. And it's only through the repeated application of the fundamentals that you build the right muscles, you build the right sense memory, you build the right intelligences to be effective, not only in the memorized routines and literature, but in any circumstance that might pop up. See, the first thing that happens when you leave a classroom is that the real world presents you with challenges that weren't in the textbook. It's not possible to cover it all. But the whole point of focusing on the fundamentals is to rehearse the basic skills needed to be effective in any situation, even the ones that are foreign and unknown, because most of life is like that. And there's a saying that when it hits the fan and gets really challenging, you're not going to rise to the occasion. You're going to fall back to the level of your training. Training, not reading, not watching, not listening, doing. So friends, if you're out there today, armed with a whole bunch of statements of "I'll be ready when," wishing that you had some knowledge, some education, some certification that would make you a better leader, make you a better agilist, make you more of an asset to your teams, someone who knows what to do in every circumstance. The only way to get there is to go and do it. Stick your neck out. Be effective, not just knowledgeable. That's something I'm really passionate about, and I hope you take it away today and go and apply it, practice it. Let me know how it goes for you. In the meantime, guys, thank you for being true believers, for tuning in each and every week. I love seeing you here. Thank you for all the comments, for all the questions and emails. Keep it up. Can't wait to see you next time, and until then, stay badass.